Hi, it's Gwyneth here, helping you feel fabulous about your brand, fabulous about your mindset, so that you feel fabulous about being you, because you are fabulous. Fabulous being my favorite word here. Anyway, today I want to talk about virtual backgrounds, because over the past 2 to 3 years, particularly since the pandemic, the number of virtual backgrounds that I've seen, that I'm sure you've seen too, has increased tenfold, 20-fold, 100-fold. Why? Because the majority of us do believe that in order to appear professional, in order to appear competent, it is much better to show a virtual background than to be stuck with the kitchen washing up behind you, or as is the case that I've had with many clients over the past few years, having coaching calls with them in the bathroom, being very concerned about what's going on in their background. So it's perfectly natural to understand why businesses, individuals have wanted to start using virtual backgrounds. We've also been encouraged to do so, with many of the online platforms providing fabulous sunsets, beaches, office spaces, all sorts of things for us to make our videos more engaging when we're speaking to somebody online. So what's the problem with this? Well, as I've been telling my clients for many years, I wrote in my book, Interviews and Videos, a few years ago, when you are hiding what is behind you, when you're putting up a virtual background, on a subconscious level, the people that you are talking to are going to be thinking subconsciously, what are you trying to hide? Now, this is particularly important if you are in sales, or if you are having an online interview, a screening interview of any kind. That is not what you want the people that you're speaking to think about. From a customer's perspective, you want to be building that rapport so that they listen to you, so that they buy from you. From an interview perspective, you're doing the same. You want the people on the hiring panel to buy you. You want them to select you for the position that you're applying to. And of course, there's a desire to appear competent and professional. But as I said, if you're the person watching on a subconscious level, there's always going to be, there's this kind of, what are you hiding from me? Some people might say my background is a little bit too cluttered, and if I was going into something very formal, then I'd probably have a tidy up behind me. But I do not like virtual backgrounds, never have liked virtual backgrounds. If I'm really serious about something, I might hang up a sheet to have a neutral background, which is also not brilliant, as we now know. But I wouldn't use a virtual background. The other issue with virtual backgrounds, although they are improving, of course, as technology develops, is that if you sit back, or if you're somebody who uses their arms a lot, then your arm could disappear, or the dog barks and you turn around to make it quiet and your head disappears. All sorts of things that end up actually making you look really, really messy on video. So if you have got an interview coming up, and you said to yourself, well, the only place I have got is actually the kitchen, because there's no other, nowhere else where the Wi-Fi works in my flat, in my apartment, wherever, then at least have a little bit of a tidy behind you. Make sure that you haven't got piles of washing up or piles of food or the kettle or whatever behind you. Do tidy it up, make it look neutral to the extent that, as I said, you haven't got lots of clutter behind you, but please don't make your background devoid of all personality, because when you are having that interview, when you are having that business meeting, you want to establish that rapport. You want to establish that connection with the people that you are speaking to. You don't want them to be mistrusting you. Now, from a business perspective, I hear you say, what about my branding? It's really important for me to have this virtual background with my branding at the back, so that we have a unique, or we have a kind of unity when our people are online talking to our customers. And I totally understand that. But again, it can actually go in the other direction. It can actually pull away from your competence, pull away from your professionalism, because it's like, oh no, that's a, virtual background, what's going on, what are they trying to hide on the subconscious level. So look at ways that you can, because you can do this now, look at ways in which you can potentially bring your logo onto the screen in one of the four corners, or branding of some description, hard copy branding behind whoever is speaking on video, and do it that way. Because as I said, the benefits versus the disadvantages of virtual versus actually having a real background, allowing people to connect with you, have a look at what's behind you potentially, is going to be much, much more effective than some digital something or other that maybe makes you feel uncomfortable, makes your customer, the hiring manager, feel uncomfortable, and you end up not achieving or not having the meeting that you had thought, or not having the interview that you thought was what you were looking forward to. Now, before I go, I must just say, this research, I'm so pleased this research came out, because sometimes people, when you say something and they're like, well, how do you know that? And I don't know. Well, I just have this sense that it doesn't work. I don't like it. I don't think hiring managers like it, because it really is as if you're shutting something off about you. So this research was published on the website of the University of Chicago Press Journals, and I'm going to say the 3 names of the brilliant people who put this research together, and forgive me if I've said them wrong. Faizan Karabulut, Sarah Moore, and Paul Messinger, or is that Paul Messenger? Forgive me if I have misread any of those names. Brilliant piece of research. I've put the link to that piece of research with this video if you're interested, if you'd like to go and have a look. If you would like a free copy of my book, the PDF version of my book, Interviews and Videos, simply click on the other link below. You'll be taken to a landing page where you can put your email address in, and I will send it to you absolutely free. Until we meet again, stay safe, stay healthy, stay fabulous, because you are. Loads of love, and bye for now.